You guys know that I like to diversify the content on this channel, and I never really have a plan for what I'm going to be talking about on the day. A lot of people have asked me what's my plan with the channel going forward, how do I construct my videos. 9 times out of 10, I just sort of think of something on the spot, or I see something and I think, oh, that might make a decent video, and see what happens. Today, I want to talk about toxicity within the gaming space. I mean, obviously, we're going to be talking about the FGC, but this pertains to loads of different areas in life, not just gaming. And the reason I want to talk about this is a couple of people have messaged me about it. Now, I'm not going to put their messages on screen because they were private messages and they were divulging some personal information to me. Those people know who they are. If they want to make themselves known in the comment section, that's up to them. But they were divulging personal information. They were people that were trying to get into content creation, specifically in the FGC space, but some of them just with games in general. And there was a couple of talking points that came up that I wanted to address in the video. Some of them relate to me as well. Now, I know I'm going to upset some people with the things that I say in this video. I normally do anyway, but you guys know that although we play a lot of fighting games here and we discuss fighting games a lot, this is also a very opinion-based channel. If you go into any of the comment sections, you'll usually see me in there. I try to interact with as many of the comments as possible because talking to people is the most fun part. But obviously, talking to people on the internet comes with its own challenges when you're trying to navigate a healthy conversation. Some people come to troll, you know, when people are there trying to pull your leg. But some people genuinely take things personally. So there's a couple of things that I want to address because they relate to the things people are telling me. One thing that I see consistently, and this is something that happens when I upload videos about Mortal Kombat. I have been called Tom Brady 2.0. I've been called every name under the sun by people that play Mortal Kombat. And that's because a lot of the content I upload with relation to Mortal Kombat, because the current MK game is MK1, is usually negative content. I do that because I genuinely believe it deserves it. But you get some people that are genuinely offended when you say something negative about their favorite game. And one of the main things that I see people saying is that their fun has been ruined by content creators or people on the internet constantly talking about their favorite game. Now, I don't want to say, I'm not saying any of this as a put down to those people, and that's why I've not put your comments in the video, because I don't want people to go and bother you. I have a genuine question, because I can't fathom this. I literally can't. I'm honestly asking now. How is it that somebody says something on the internet about your favorite game? Let's say it's Mortal Kombat 1. Let's say it's Sonic 06. Let's say someone says something on the internet. You get home from work. You get back from taking your girl out to eat. Or you wake up in the morning and you're excited to play your favorite game, whatever that might be. And then you think to yourself, wait a second. Mike Hollow and his community were talking bad about my game. It's ruined my fun. Like, I don't understand the mindset here. If you are having fun on a game, how can somebody else critiquing it or talking shit on it or just being negative about it ruin the fun for you? Now, I don't mean that in a condescending way. It's a genuine question. I can't fathom it. It's something that I see coming up a lot in my MK1 videos. When I say a lot, I don't mean the comment section are overrun by it, but when I see this comment, I see it in MK1 videos. And I can't understand why it hurts people's feelings for somebody else to have an opinion about a franchise that they've also been involved in for a very long time. Like I've told you guys many times that I've been playing Mortal Kombat since really, I'd say MK Trilogy, although I was very young. I really got into Mortal Kombat at like Deadly Alliance. That's why I really locked in. I played MK3 and MK4 and I went back and played MK1 and 2, but obviously I'm a 92 baby, so the 3D ones are really where I slipped into Mortal Kombat. So I've been playing it for a very long time, and you can tell that I am a 3D guy because I always talk about the 3D Mortal Kombats. They were my favorites, including Shaolin Monks. And so when I talk about MK1, you always get people saying, oh, you're not a real MK fan. Stop talking about MK. You're ruining the fun for me. Now, there's something else that I'm going to touch on there, but that's the first question that I want to ask people. And I genuinely want to know. I don't want anybody to attack people in the comment section for them stating why, because it's something that I see on Twitter and it's something that I see on Instagram and on my YouTube comment section. So I'd like to genuinely know. I also don't understand why you get so vitriolic about it. I can understand you going, you're ruining my fun. Well, sorry, let me rephrase that. I don't understand it when you say that, but that's one thing. What I don't understand is when you get like nasty about it. You have to remember something here. I'm talking about the game, okay? You're talking to me. I'm not insulting you as a person. You come to my video, you come to somebody else's video, you start insulting them because they're talking about a game. Now, I need to make something clear. If you can't tell by the look on my face, it doesn't bother me. That's why I'm in the comment section all the time talking to people. I enjoy the interactions, positive or negative. But I don't understand how you can call somebody toxic because they're talking about a game they're not happy with. Now, I spent my money on Mortal Kombat 1. I can talk about as much as I want. As a matter of fact, even if I didn't spend my money on Mortal Kombat 1, I can talk about as much as I want. Now, I'm not saying you can't come and say whatever you want to say to me. Of course you can. That's why I don't delete your comments. But I don't understand how you can call somebody toxic when they genuinely don't like something. Obviously, there's varying degrees of things. You have someone like Perfection, the Natural Selection. I don't know if you guys know him, but he is a content creator that just rips into Sparking Zero. Now, the thing with that is that Sparking Zero is not out yet. So everything he's saying is unfounded because he hasn't played the game. Most of us haven't played the game. There's been a couple people like Afro Senju and those guys that got to go out and try it out. But most people ain't played it. So if I was ripping on a game that nobody's played, then I'd be like, okay, cool. This guy he's trying to start something. But I paid for the game. I'm unhappy with the game. It doesn't matter how much time has passed. It's my YouTube channel. I can talk about it as much as I want. And the people in my comment section that want to talk about it, or the people in my Twitter or my Discord, they want to talk about it, they can. It's up to them. I don't understand why you think that's toxic, and I certainly don't understand why that ruins your fun. If I don't make this video, if I stop making MK1 videos, your time on MK1 does not change. It doesn't. And this is to content creators as well that say this. It's happened on Tekken before. It's always happened on MK1. Of them saying, oh, there's a lot of negativity in the scene and it's really bringing me down. What? What does that even mean? What does that mean? If I decide to start playing MK1 and the people on my YouTube channel didn't like it, that's just tough. If I like the game, I like the game. It is what it is. So this is why I always say in my videos, I always say, if you're enjoying the game, you shouldn't even be here. You already know what it is. You know the chances are if I upload a Mortal Kombat 1 video, something has annoyed me. The game doesn't seem to do anything right in my opinion. That's just my opinion though. It's not necessarily a fact of life, right? It's not necessarily a fact of life. It's just my opinion. Some things are going to be facts, right? Some things will be facts. But if I don't like the game, that's just my opinion. You shouldn't let it hurt your feelings. And some of you genuinely get hurt. So that's the first thing. Being upset when somebody's insulting your favorite game. Let me just tell you this. If all of you, every single one of you, even the people that are subscribed to my channel, the people I chat to in Discord. As a matter of fact, I was talking to a guy called Dan in Discord the other day. And he was saying Yakuza 0 is not that good. He said Yakuza 3 is the best one. Basically, all of his opinions didn't line up with mine. And I said to him, listen, you're just wrong. You're wrong and I'm right. And that's it. Like, I wasn't offended. I was laughing at what he was saying. If I genuinely got upset about it, it wouldn't really make sense. Everyone would be like, Mike, it's a game and he's allowed to have his opinion. You can say whatever you want as long as it's like obviously within YouTube guidelines so we all don't get taken down. But that's the first point. Second point, telling me what to speak about on my channel. Now, you guys know that when you come to my channel, more often than not, you will get a response from me. If you comment something in the comment section, as long as it's not insanely, like some of you say some things where I'm just like, I'm not responding to that. That's bait, or you're just, you're on the wrong video. You accidentally commented on the wrong video. That's not for me. But 99% of the time, I will respond. So you'll get a response from me. And I'll normally, even if we disagree, I'll be respectful. But if you're rude to me, or if you can't, the one thing that I hate the most, I tell you this right now, I hate this. When someone comes onto my channel, someone did this the other day, and they say to me, stop advocating or stop talking about something. I always read the comment thinking, have you forgotten where you are? I wouldn't come into your house and tell you what to stop talking about. You can't come to someone's YouTube channel. Tell them to shut their mouths about a topic they want to talk about. Stop making up a bunch of stuff and then expect me to be respectful towards you. Now, I saw a couple people saying a couple things. I'm not going to say where I saw it. Somebody sent me some screenshots of people saying that Mike Hollow guy is a fake. He's really rude to people. Here's what he said to me. Now, again, I don't want to get this guy any sort of hate coming his way. But what he failed to show in this message was that you came onto my YouTube channel, and this is, I'm just using you as a figurehead. You guys don't even know what I'm talking about. This could be anybody. You could come onto my YouTube page and you can say whatever you want. But if you're rude to me, of course I'm going to be rude back. I'm not here trying to glaze anyone. Like, I don't care if I upset you. Please never get it twisted. I'm definitely not one of these content creators trying to make everybody happy. If you're polite to me, I'm polite to you. Even if we disagree, I'll shake your hand. We can be cool. I've got friends that I don't disagree, that I don't agree with at all. But if you come to my YouTube channel and you talk shit to me, I'm gonna talk shit back to you. You can't call me childish for talking shit back to you. Imagine I walked into your house and said, don't do that and don't do that. You're on my page. So if I want to talk about Mortal Kombat, I'll talk about Mortal Kombat till I'm blue in the face. And if you don't like it, like I said, jog on. That's it. It has to go both ways. It has to go both ways. It does annoy me when people say that, but it doesn't annoy me like, oh, I'm seething at the teeth. I read it and I always think, God, man, that's what a stupid thing to say. I don't go to other people's channels and do that. I think it's weird. You can do it. Don't get me wrong. You can do it. But it's a little bit of a weird thing to do. And the last thing that I want to talk about, and this one is the funniest one to me, and this one has happened to me twice this month already, is when people threaten to cancel you. That shit is some of those messages are some of the funniest messages. They're so devoid of common sense and logic that I often don't engage with them. Like I have 3 responses to people that say that stuff to me. Okay, thank you, and no problem. There's only been one instance where someone annoyed me and we took it a little bit further and I let them know what time it was. But other than that, I've got to say to like, because I've had a couple of people messaging me saying, oh, you know, I'm scared to speak about this, I'm scared to speak about that, people are going to cancel me. Look at it this way, guys. Dr. Disrespect was admitted to speaking to a minor, right? The internet came for his neck. My man came back on Twitter and basically said, I'm going to go back to doing what I'm doing. Now, he's demonetized on YouTube. I know he was offered like $10 million by Kick at some point. He's probably going to get another offer. My point is that we've been very critical of Dr. Disrespect. Well, what has happened? He's come back to the internet. So all the people are telling me, I'm going to cancel you for your opinions. I'm going to cancel you for what you're saying on Mortal Kombat. We're going to get you on something, Mike. You're going to slip up somewhere. If I did something genuinely awful, right, like what Dr. Disrespect did, I can understand people coming for my neck. Don't get me wrong. What you're not understanding is that you can't really cancel somebody unless they let you. So a lot of the time, people will message me saying they're scared to speak about certain things in the gaming space of all places. Because they're scared of what people might say to them. There's a lot of vitriolic, nasty things that people say, and they're like, okay, we're going to get a mob on you. And whenever I get those messages, guys, I laugh at them. I've had 2 this month. 2 already. One that was not related to the gaming channel, it was to do with something else. And another one that was related to Mortal Kombat. And both of them, I read the messages and I said to the person, no problem, thank you. Because someone telling you that they're going to do X, Y, and Z to cancel you when you haven't done anything other than either voice an opinion or talk about a game that you don't like. Those people are perpetually online. They're chronically online. They exist online. They don't exist in the real world. So don't let these people like bring you down and attack you and make you feel like you need to kowtow to them. Don't engage with them either. It's not worth it. If somebody genuinely types out a message talking about cancellations, unless you've done something horrific, like, you know, we don't need to say what, but you know what I'm talking about, you know, stuff that's been going on YouTube recently, or you've gone somewhere and you've taken someone's life, for example, something terrible, they're not going to cancel you. So for all the people that message me saying, the FGC seems really, everyone's attacking each other and blah, blah, blah. Guys, now that I'm almost at 14k now, and I appreciate every single one of you that's subscribed, the more support you get, obviously, the more haters you get. And I'm well aware of the people that have made videos about me, said things about me behind my back, written things about me in Discord, you know, said things to people that they think that they can trust, which are actually just their ops. I'm well aware of all these things, but I don't engage with all of it. Sometimes I will for shits and giggles, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's funny, but you shouldn't focus on all that stuff and you shouldn't let it stop you from becoming a content creator. It's a lot of fun. Now, my content creation journey has all been an accident. I didn't intend for any of this to happen. I didn't know I was going to wake up in the morning with a certain amount of subscribers. My channel grew very quickly at one point, to the point where I was getting accused of buying subscribers, which is kind of a compliment in some ways when you look at it, because it did grow really quickly and there was a lot of attention here. But there was a lot of like negative attention coming my way as well, because you get the good with the bad. Now, you can either let that push you down, or you can just power through and just have a good time and focus on the people that are making this experience worth it. And that's basically what I've done. The overwhelming majority of my interactions online with people are positive. Now, I read the trolly comments. So there's a guy that comes to my videos all the time, and he says, TEKKEN is trash. And it's gotten to the point now where I wait to see his comment. He's always there. He's always there, but I showed it to one of my female friends and she was like, I couldn't take that. I couldn't take it, because she's a massive fan of this game called Stardew Valley, where you go around farming. I think you just sort of live in this place. And she was saying to me, I couldn't take that. Like, I play this game every day. It would upset me. And I was just there, why? The guy probably doesn't even think Tekken 8 is trash. And even if he does, who cares? It's funny. He shows up to your video every day. He leaves you a comment. He's doing you a favor. You know, like, so for everyone that's messaging me those things around cancellations and people getting really angry at them for speaking out on their game. I even saw this message the other day, guys. It was a really disgusting message. Now, I know there's trolls, so don't get me wrong. I get people send me trolling messages all the time. Again, if you can't tell by the look on my face, it doesn't bother me. I think it's all quite funny. And a lot of the time, this is actually a funny story before I get to what I'm about to show you guys. I went to Comic-Con, and I knew that there was going to be people there that had commented on my videos. And I was with my boys, you know, but I kind of wandered off sometimes, and they wandered off and they were doing their own things. And I saw people that I know that have commented on my videos that have said nasty things, or like, oh, this Mike Hologram, if I see you, blah, blah. And I see them in person, and obviously I don't want to fight with them. I'm not interested in fighting with them. And I see them, and I'm just like, where was the energy? I don't say anything to them. I'm just looking at them like, where is the energy? Like, all the energy they give online, most people are not going to behave like that. You'd have to come across a seriously unhinged person that wants to put their hands on you for having an opinion on Mortal Kombat. They'd have to be seriously unhinged. And most people in the Mortal Kombat community, the ones that I know anyway, and that's a lot of the guys in the UK scene, they're all cool guys. I get on with them. I don't have a problem with any of them. Maybe some of them have a problem with me behind my back. I don't know. But I've never had a bad encounter with a Mortal Kombat player before. It's always pleasant. They're always respectful. I'm always respectful to them. And again, I've been playing Mortal Kombat properly since Deadly Alliance. So that's a pretty good streak. The same goes for Tekken. Most people that I encounter that play Tekken, they're cool guys. My favorite scene is the Soul Calibur scene. So the Soul Calibur guys, they're a bit older. Obviously, it's a bit of a smaller scene, a bit more condensed. But I never had a bad actually, that's a lie. I had one bad experience in Soul Calibur. Won't name names, but the guys in the Soul Calibur scene know exactly who that is. That went on during the Soul Calibur 5 days between me and an Alpha Patroclus player. But that's water under the bridge now. Even him. He's in one of the group chats that I'm in. He's all blessed as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I know this was a bit of like an all over the place video. Oh yeah, I was going to show you this message from this individual. So obviously, I'm always on Twitter. I'm always looking to see what's going on, see if there's anything worth talking about. And I came across this, and again, it's from Baylina. Now, Baylina seems to get attacked a lot. I've never spoken to Baylina. I don't actually know her at all. I think she's from the States. But she's got quite a popular Twitter, so she always pops up on my feed. And I saw this message. Now, I'm fully on Baylina's side when it comes to the state of Mortal Kombat. I just am. I know that hurts some people's feelings. Don't let it hurt your feelings. But she's been very vocal in saying that the game is not in a good place. It's kind of silly, blah, blah, blah. And she's been talking a lot about the 50-50 situations in the game. A lot of people are like, oh, well, Farah is doing MKX stuff, so why are all the MKX people complaining? The simple answer to that is that the game is not MKX. In MKX, everybody was doing 50-50 stuff. Everybody was doing crazy stuff. In MK1, only a few people are, so it feels lopsided. So that's the quick explanation. Obviously, there's a longer explanation that you can give as to why it's okay in MKX and not MK1. But anyway, she's not happy with Farah. So she tweeted out her disdain for Farah. And she said, Farah is not punishable and safe on block. That's how you know you don't even know what you're talking about. Now, I don't know if Farah is safe or unsafe. It looks safe to me in most situations. I think there's some counterplay that Ketchup and Mustard was showing off. But either way, it doesn't matter if she's right or wrong here. I want you to pay attention to what it said to her. This guy called Opium says, yep, makes sense. Women belong in the kitchen, not on the game. You can punish them before they even fully finish calling out Farah. Now, that's a stupid response. A, because reacting to somebody in a match when someone's throwing out a mix-up that can potentially kill you is very, very difficult. It's not just you shut Farah down like that. When people say there's counterplay to something, you also have to weigh up. You have to look at it like a pie chart. How lopsided is it? Is the counterplay down the middle where it's 50-50, or is it 90-10? Is it 70-30? So he might be right in saying that, but it's still a stupid thing to say. Baylina says that's a lie because Farah can gel some strings, you dumb idiot. You belong in the kitchen. Now, obviously, he started by saying that she belongs in the kitchen. Now, he is a troll, and I wouldn't take what he's saying too seriously. But he responded by saying, no, I belong in between your legs. Now, the thing is, yeah, is that everybody's a gangster behind the internet. Everybody says nasty things behind the internet. And if I was Baylina, I wouldn't take that seriously. I would just ignore that. But obviously, people saw that on Twitter and they were like, look, this is disgusting, blah, blah, blah. And if you look at it objectively, if you look at it away from the lens of, oh, just because it doesn't hurt my feelings when people say things to me, or it doesn't bother me, I engage with these people, I just troll them back. You know, whatever someone says to me, I'll say something 10 times worse back to them. It doesn't mean that it's okay for someone to speak to somebody like that and basically try to devalue them just because they're giving an opinion on a game they don't like. If Mortal Kombat gets supported for 5 years, guys, I'm going to be here for 5 years talking shit on your game. You just have to get used to it. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm quite enjoying my time on YouTube. And unless YouTube decides to axe me one day, we'll see. But it's just a game. We could all get along. Now, I'm going to Versus Fighting in Birmingham. I'm going to see people there from the Mortal Kombat community, and we're going to have a good time. I'm not going to have a problem with any of them. And if any of them have a problem with me, I'm sure they can either tell me in person or they'll just stay away from me. All of this are, if I catch you in person or saying these nasty things to the internet or talking to people the way that guy spoke to Baylina, it doesn't really need to happen. I think it's better to have healthier conversation. I don't mind it when people insult Tekken. It genuinely doesn't bother me. I have no issue whatsoever. Soul Calibur 5, one of my favorite fighting games of all time. Much prefer playing Soul Calibur 5 than Tekken 8. Love that game to bits, but within the Soul Calibur community, they don't really like that game very much. I don't know if the consensus towards it has changed now, but when I was playing it, people hated it. And people hated it when Soul Calibur 6 came out. It was like the dark horse of the Soul Calibur franchise. I love that game. I also love Sonic 06. I know Sonic 06 is a glitchy mess. I know everybody hates it, but I love it. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter how many people comment on this video saying Sonic 06 is trash. That's fine. It's not a problem. If I play Sonic 06, I'm still going to have a good time despite your opinion. So don't worry about it. And lastly, on the cancellation things, guys, I've had at least one or two people a month tell me in some way, whether it's indirect or directly, that they're going to try and get me cancelled. And obviously, here I am. Now, you can't cancel somebody if they haven't done anything wrong. And even if I did do something wrong, I'm not saying that I'm an angel, but even if I did step out of line in a slight way, like I called someone a name, like I said, oh, you're a bitch, and then they put that in a screenshot. Okay, you can't cancel people over that. You can't. You can't. You can throw out empty threats as much as you want. I'm not really going to say anything to you online. It's pointless. I just say, okay, no problem, and thank you. And I keep it moving, because if it gets to that point, if anybody messages you saying something like that, they're not worth engaging with. One thing I think people need to remember about this whole I'm going to cancel you stuff that people are always talking about is the pendulum is starting to swing. You know, we swung a bit too far this way. And people that have no real power or no real say or no real reason to go after somebody just because they don't like something you said will come at you and they'll say, I was thinking of doing X, Y, and Z. I could get you cancelled for whatever stupid petty reason it might be. Because these people, again, they're chronically online. Do not let them put you off from starting a YouTube channel and getting your opinions out there. Now, I'm not saying all opinions are going to be safe. If you say something crazy, like crazy, like you're going to get Skeeter Gene crazy, then yeah, obviously people are going to come for your neck. But the pendulum is swinging. Our culture really went one way too far. We became way too sensitive. People became way too judgmental and way too fast to just be like, you're done, you're out. And the thing is that they'll trick you into thinking that you're done and you're out before you've even started. But if you just say, hold on a minute, says who? Then you'll see that, you know, things are going to be okay. So even with the whole Yasuke situation, I'm sure you guys remember, initially I was defending Yasuke because my knowledge on Yasuke was that he was a samurai. That was the knowledge that I had, and I was wrong. Now, it's okay to come on the internet and say you're wrong. I'm very, very happy to admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong. I had loads of different people from Japan reach out to me and say, Mike, I watch your channel, but you got this wrong. And a lot of them kept messaging me, and at first I doubled down. I was like, no, this African Samurai book said that he is. And the more I read and the more that I understood the situation, sorry, those are my dogs in the background, I was like, hold on a minute, maybe I've gotten something wrong here. Let me listen to what these people are saying. Now, in all of that, in all of the people that are trying to educate me, there was a lot of voices saying, you're a left-wing grifter, you are, it called me all sorts of names, probably names I shouldn't repeat if I want this video to remain monetized, but they said a lot of things. The main one was left-wing grifter. Now, when I corrected myself, and I said, okay, there's only 3 lines of text regarding Yasuke, and Thomas Lockley has taken that and turned it into a whole novel and has said this is the African Samurai, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I got this wrong. Maybe I fucked up. And I said that. And immediately when I said that, people started calling me a right-wing grifter. Now, it didn't bother me because I already knew it was coming, because I'm well aware of how the culture is right now. Everybody's split down the middle. You have the cancel culture lot that think they can cancel you over anything if it bothers them. And then you have the people that, you know, want to say that you're a racist or you're this, that, and the other. Everyone's like very divided right now. And so when I made that video saying I was wrong about Yasuke and X, Y, and Z, I was getting it from both sides. And Asmongold said it the best. He said everybody wants to insult people that are fence sitters, that don't take a side immediately, that don't choose to be on someone's side. But you have to remember that people that sit on the fence get hit by both sides of the traffic. Because I'm getting attacked by people on the left and I'm getting attacked by people on the right just because I won't take a side. Now, there's things that, you know, if you're right wing, I probably agree with you with. And there's things if you're left wing, I probably agree with. But I think that's just being human. You see something, you're like, that's not right, or that is right. And that might be a left or right position. You shouldn't sit in your camps. And then when you listen to somebody that doesn't immediately agree with you, you're like, oh, I'm done with this person. I can't talk to them. Now, obviously, you can be. My feelings ain't hurt. Obviously, I don't live online. But again, this is just a video to really speak to the people, because I get this message all the time in my Discord, on PlayStation Network, funnily enough, on Steam, on Instagram, on Twitter. And I think it's because the times that we live in are very... everyone's just so at each other's necks. Now, I find it weird. I really do find it weird. And obviously, we're talking about video games on this channel. There are much more serious things in the world, and I like to diversify the content on this channel. I always try to keep it to gaming or the streaming world. But who knows? I don't know where I'll take this channel into the future. I don't know. I know a lot of you have been asking for Ellie to come back on the channel. The girl with the pink hair that did the masculinity in video games with me. So I might have her on a little bit more. Again, when people saw her pink hair, they immediately started, oh, I saw the pink hair. I wasn't too sure. Now, I didn't see any negative comments towards her, but you see what I mean? When people see something straight away, they have a negative connotation. And some people don't sit around long enough to listen to what you have to say. They'll see pink hair and they'll be like, I ain't listening to you. Now, I think I'm quite proud of the fact that what we have here is a group of people that are willing to sit and listen from beginning to end. You do get those people that comment right off the bat and they're just like, you haven't even made your point, and you know you haven't because I've uploaded the video. The video's been up for 2 minutes and someone's written me a paragraph and the video's 20 minutes. I'm just like, at least let it finish. I mean, you can comment, but I can't really engage with your comment if you're not going to let me get my point across. So you get people like that where immediately they see something, they're like, I don't want to hear from what this person has to say. We've had a lot of issues here in the UK as well. And immediately, like, I've been put in a bubble. Even though if you go on my Twitter, I've been very clear in saying I'm not taking anyone's side. And there's been people that have messaged me saying, condemn that side or condemn this side. And when I've said I ain't doing that, they've said, you ain't my friend, we ain't talking no more. And to those people, I say, jog on. Have a good day. You're not going to force me to say something that I don't want to say. And that should be a lesson to everybody else that is asking me these questions. Don't just say things to make other people feel better. Sometimes say things to walk away from a situation when you know the person you're talking to is lacking in brain cells. But other than that, don't neuter or warp your beliefs on what you see in gaming or in the real world to make other people feel better. Because we both know people will come for you and they'll try to peer pressure you and the mob will come. And it's come for me before. It's not a problem. I don't mind. And you shouldn't mind either. Anyways, guys, I hope that answers your questions. I think I had more things I wanted to talk about, but I need to get to the gym. So I'll catch you guys very soon. Take care and peace.